It's on NFL Network. It all kicks off at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. But it's only Wednesday. We've got one more sleep till then, and you can't have Thursday Night Football without Whiteboard Wednesday. Let's start, guys, with Drew Brees. So Drew Brees, he just passed Peyton Manning. We saw the chopping of the tomatoes, all of that. It's career passing yards. He's numero uno, and there's a lot of players and teams on pace to break other records this very season. The one NFL record that it's never going to be broken. You don't see it ever being broken is what?
The game has changed.
The game has definitely changed. One thing that hasn't changed is who's the GOAT. And I'm not talking quarterback, because nowadays when people say GOAT, it's all preference. It's all opinion. It's all in the eye of the beholder. It's all however you want to do it. Just like when you make out, are you a close eyes guy, or are you the one who does the creepy eye open? It's however you want to look at it.
The creepy eye open.
But the old GOAT, though, not new age GOAT. The old GOAT. Nobody ever argues this. And this is the original GOAT. Jerry Rice, 22,895 yards. That will never be touched. I don't care if they let guys run free and you can never hit the wide receiver ever again. The fact that he played up until he was 40, still making plays, scoring touchdowns, and putting up yards, this is going to put it so far out of touch. Let me just give you who's the next closest. Larry Fitzgerald has 15,721 yards.
You need another Fitzgerald. You need another $8 grand?
Another $8 grand,
He's played for 30 years.
He's 35. He would have to play for the next 7 or 8 years. So the real GOAT, Jerry Rice, nobody's touching that family.
It's amazing what Rice did, because he did it in an era where guys could basically tackle the receiver at the line of scrimmage. So it's insane, those numbers.
And hit the quarterbacks.
Yeah, hit the quarterbacks. Joe Montana was under pressure, unlike these guys. I'm going to go with a different one, though. I think the game has changed on the offensive side of the ball, where the running game's kind of been put to a secondary position. It's all about passing. The passing is the priority. In 2006, Larry Johnson of the Kansas City Chiefs had 416 carries.
Herm Edwards?
Herm Edwards gave him the rock 416 times. How about I put that in perspective? Todd Gurley leads the league in rushing attempts right now. He's on pace to just basically get 300. Another 100 after that, and 16 more. Larry Johnson's record, the way the NFL's going, where you want to pass on first down, not run. You want to pass on second down, not run. And pass on third down, not run. Larry Johnson, 416 carries. You could say there's a reason Larry Johnson didn't play many more years after that. They rode that horse all they could. 416 carries. I never seen that broken again.
The last chance I think we would have had was Le'Veon Bell had he shown up. Week 1 didn't happen. We're never going to see it again.
He would have broke it by the bye week. Brett Favre once threw 6 interceptions in a playoff game against the Rams and said, if they hadn't taken me out, I might have thrown 7. He might have, but he never would have thrown 8 interceptions. Quarterback Jim Hardy of the Chicago Cardinals in 1950.
Yes, highlights.
He threw 8 of them. And you guys, you say, wow, that sounds like a car accident. Can I tell you something? Before the game, Jim Hardy was in an actual car accident. This is how things happened back in the day. He was in a car accident on the way to the stadium, showed up minutes before the game, didn't warm up, walked onto the field, and threw 8 interceptions. Quote, I felt so bad that day after the game, I was wishing I was a mole so I could burrow my way out of that place under the grass. That's how you talked in 1950. Burrow. So we've seen some guys take a run at this thing, but ain't nobody ever going to throw 8 interceptions in one game. Jim Hardy, the interception GOAT.
Give me the asteroid.
Give me the asteroid.
He threw 8 interceptions.
Yes, he wants to burrow. Moles, I guess, were big in the 80s or the 50s, whatever.
And he also talked like this, apparently?
Absolutely. And then if you listen to the tape, yes. I burrowed my way under the grass.
Mole epidemic, man, was crazy.
Crazy. You were worried about it.
I made the point earlier in the show that it's sort of wild going into week 6. All teams are still kind of competitive. They're all in it. I feel like we still even the 1-4 teams can't rule them out. But that said, week 6 poses some must-win situations for some of these squads, because I will not be able to say the same thing going into week 7. Some of these teams, we keep saying they're lacking sizzle. They're lacking pop. What are they doing out there? They look vanilla, granola. So what is a way to motivate people but to play music? All right, the AMAs were last night, of course. The musical artists that you guys would pull, not from the AMA lineup, but just anything on the musical spectrum that you would use to motivate any given team would be who performing for who. Let's get musical. Musical.
Okay, I'll see what you did there.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I got a song for you. I'm going to go back to the 90s, Kicks. That's where I lived. All right, that's my time.
Okay.
Certain artist named Desiree, and she looked at the camera and she said, and this is to the New York Giants, you got to be cool, you got to be calm, you got to stay together. All I know, love will find a way. Odell, Eli, Lil Wayne, Desiree. I just read the lyrics, but you know the song. and you love the song, but love will find a way. You got to be cool, got to be calm, got to find a way. I am saying Desiree to the Giants.
All I know, all I know.
All I know, all I know. Odell will find a way. Hey, hey, hey. Got to be strong.
Sure.
Got to be.
Okay.
We're out.
Yeah.
They're going to tase you, Shrakes. I'm waiting for They're going to tase you. There's going to be a trapdoor in the floor. You're gone. 3-person show. Sorry.
It's like the Apollo.
What do you
Bring
got?
out the Sandman, right?
Yeah. I heard nope in my ear.
Nope.
All right, so I'm going Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm thinking about legendary, artists from that area. So I'm going with Boyz II Men.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you really think about it, last year Carson Wentz, he hurt what? He was on a bended knee, and that ACL was gone.
That's true.
ACL humor. Can't beat it.
And then they won the Super Bowl, and they spent all off season partying, living it up, and as we're seeing right now, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
It is. It really
And
is.
if they don't say goodbye to yesterday, it will be the end
Of the road.
Road. You're right.
All right.
Hey,
That's
hey,
hey. All right, I'm going to look at the
I'll make
Titans.
love to you in there, huh? Good
I couldn't work that one in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there. Trust me, by the end of the segment, we will. I'm going to look at the Titans. They're trying to be big, and they want to be famous, and they want to be cool, but they don't really have the crossover players, like who transcend football, super famous players. So who better than someone who's really big and really famous and cool who doesn't have the big crossover hits? I'm going to say we get Drake down to the Titans right
here we
now.
go with his
Here we go.
anti-Drake take.
No, it's not anti-Drake in any way, and I'm 100% earnest in this. I know all about Drake. I know his reputation in the zeitgeist and all the sports stuff. He doesn't have big hits to crossover like for people like me, for my mother. My mother can name you a Kanye song. She can name you an Outkast song. She knows no Drake songs. She doesn't have the big crossover hits for the dads of the world.
After hit after hit.
And here's how it's
after
going to go.
hit.
After the break, Kay's going to go, I can play him for you. I can play him. And she's
And
going to
I've
start
done
playing
this to you.
songs. I'm going to be like,
The
I don't know
motto.
that
How does he
song.
not know
I
the
don't know
motto?
that song. I always ask you guys this, and Nature's sister goes, he has them. I'm telling you, KB, he has them. And I keep waiting to hear them.
What's the Drake hit?
He has so many.
What is the hit?
Hey, you know, the Beatles have a lot of hit. I can name a bunch of them. Maybe you can drive my car back in
Sit
USSR.
down.
No, I'm not sitting. I can name a bunch of them. What is the hit?
I can't give you one hit because he has too many. Like, literally, he has too many.
Nate, there's a lot of colors. Name
a Drake song.
Name
a
any
Drake
color.
song.
There's a lot of colors.
You can't name a song.
Name one color. Red. There's a color.
Name a letter in the alphabet.
Bro, I'm trying to get you guys.
Yes.
They don't get it, Nate.
You guys don't get it.
I think
He's given us so many hits.
Name
I can see
one of them.
The point I'm trying to make, look, I'm a hip-hop historian, so if I start naming hits, it'll just get old because I'm going to name 4 from each album.
Yep.
I'm just saying, but
We're
to
now
the
at
masses,
6 minutes waiting for you to name a song by Drake.
Name a Jay-Z song. Any Jay-Z song. 99 Problems.
99 Problems.
Sure. Name a Drake song.
Okay.
We can't do it.
No, listen.
This is my point. I want to learn. I'm not anti. I want to learn. I just can't
There's
be
just
educated.
not one that sticks out against the other. You can have the motto, you can have In My Feelings,
got some
all of
songs.
those things. But those
All right, so we did a quick Google. I get it. That's my point. I want one that sticks out.
I can name 1,000 songs. It just would get boring on
Outkast, that's
TV.
not saying it's the greatest song, but like Hey Ya was big. It transcended. Does he not have a Hey Ya? I don't know.
Bro, you're tripping. Drake has
Maybe I
hit
am.
after hit. Every album
don't
has at
know
least
what they
4
are.
songs
Next one.
that hit the #1
How do
mark.
you apply it to the Titans, though?
They don't have a breakout star, but they have a lot of good players, and they're a good team, and they're trying to be cool.
They have a God's
They don't have
plan.
Odell. Like, who is their Antonio Brown? Who is Drake's Antonio Brown? Who is this Julio? Who is this superstar? I want to learn it. I don't look cool right now. I look terrible, but I do want to learn. I'm totally earnest in this because I want to listen to the song, whatever
they're
it is.
just all the same. They're like the Titans, same level talent. One does not really stick up among the others.
Perfect
They're just
speaker, then.
all hits.
Then we got to get Drake to the Titans. Nate disagrees with you.
Well, name one.
Nate looks like
name
No,
one
I
song.
disagree because
Name one song that's better than really the whole anthology.
I would say every album that Drake has put out has been better than the previous one. Starting back to his mixtape, that was a mixtape and became an album. Like,
Yeah.
Drake has legendary music after legendary music and has evolved over time.
Okay.
All I'm saying is Drake is more like, he's more like LeBron, bro. Like, you might not respect him in
LeBron won the 2
comparison.
titles. I remember those 2 titles. What's the Drake song I should listen to? That's what
I'm saying, you might not respect
Hotline
Drake
Bling.
in comparison
Hotline
to...
Bling.
Don't you know
All right.
Hotline Bling?
He did it on SNL, and Trump did the dance and everything. Right? I'm serious, right?
Red puffy jacket.
Yeah, he did. Hotline Bling I've heard of, but I can't sing it to you right now. Maybe I'll listen to it. I'm not kidding. Hotline Bling. I'm writing it down.
Listen to all of these songs with you.
That's what, Kay, you're always saying I do know them, right?
You do know them.
I wanna know
I
that
play
I know
them
them.
for you.
Okay.
Well, during the commercial break, because we can't play songs here all the show,
genuinely wanna learn about
I'm
his
going to
music.
run
I'm
you
not
through the
kidding.
gamut of Drake songs.
All right. Drake,
All right.
Hotline Bling, I'm listening to now.
It's not. Hotline Bling was.
But Nate doesn't want me to listen to Hotline Bling.
Pop hit. I'm talking about pure
Nate's going to
hip-hop.
start with Drake, I'm Upset. That'll be the one that you start with.
All right, I'm
Kyle.
upset.
All right.